that 2023.0, whatever. Looking to change the loan term for LCO Destiny, which now is a regular 5-year amortization. And what this resolution will do is make it a 10-year amortization with a 5-year balloon. And if the committee is okay with that, we can have a motion to send it to the board for consideration.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. We have a request from Sackett's Harbor Brew Pub LLC, DBA 1812 Brewing Company, Thomas Scozzafava, for the amount of $150,000. It's to purchase Maggie's on the River to expand the retail side of the business for 1812 Brewing Company. And be looking at $150,000 with a 15-year amortization with a 10-year balloon at a rate of 6%. Claims that he'll retain 57 hourly employees and a projection to create another 17 new jobs over the next 3 years. Discussion?
Remind me where those 17 jobs are.
You didn't say exactly where they were.
I know, that just kind of hit me that it seems like a fair percentage. Other,
Well, we have that chart. I don't know if you want.
Yeah. I do remember seeing that, it just, well, all right.
I think the committee would like to see some extra collateral. Maybe we can get a extra lien on his personal residence or Sackett's Harbor, brewery. Or I think we need to, yeah, see if we can get something there. I mean, it's a tough business, and once again, if he's going to increase by 17 people, where are people going to come from? We're seeing no.
Hey, you got that chart?
Are you going to be in a position at the bank to approve this before our next meeting?
So the new jobs are
So
head of food
time
operations,
is
one
of
person,
the essence for us.
2 people, events and social media, another person purchasing, head of purchasing, 3 assistant brewers, so some of the growth is with the brewery, production manager, which I assume is also the brewery, 8 hourly staff for the restaurant, and 1 counter for 17.
Okay.
So it looks distributed between the brewery and between the restaurant.
I'm not on the committee, but you're asking for more information to be garnered, but you want to send us forward in case we get enough information to make a decision at the vote. Is that what the goal is?
Yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. It's just a
That's okay
recommendation to
with me,
send
I
it
mean.
up to the board, and the board.
So you're not sending with a recommendation with if we receive the additional information. I think that makes sense.
Right. Recommendation for the loan, assuming we get the additional security in terms of the liens and stuff like that. So
Yeah. If that's.
I could agree to that.
I think we need additional security.
Mhm.
I think, we'll see what the NCA says and everything. I think they would have,
Yep.
you know, if you take a hard look at this, you know, it's,
Yeah, I'll talk to them.
Is our participation contingent on the NCAs? Or is it him having to go out and fill that hole elsewhere?
It's contingent on the trust, NCA, and the bank.
Right, I was just gonna say, I think the whole package is
The whole
contingent
package.
on everybody
So
participating
there's
at this
one
level.
level and the deal is done. Okay.
Right,
So just to be clear, on the proposed resolution, am I adding the contingency for the extra collateral? On the personal residence and the second
So
business?
I guess maybe Justin, it's a question for you. Do you feel that's something that we could put together legally?
I'd have to be a careful, drafting and preparation of term sheets. But yeah, I mean, anything's possible. It's a matter of underwriting and your board's comfort.
So from a timeline on this, we're gonna be looking at the first of next year before any of this is all put together.
Yeah.
So this isn't something that absolutely needs to be done at next week's meeting? Especially if we haven't got information on what our,
One, I think, as I recall, they were hoping that, I mean, and for a good reason we didn't approve it. I think they were hoping to have this done earlier, because I think they need this to move ahead with the deal. So I assume if we get what satisfies us, we're looking to try to have this done next week, if we have to leave additional collateral.
They're probably looking to close in this calendar year.
Yeah,
for
but
tax
it
reasons, so
but it wouldn't be closing for,
closing on the property, maybe not on our deal, but
it seems,
but, I
Optimistic.
mean, if we don't have what we need to make us satisfied by the time the board meets on the 7th, there's no reason, I mean, we can always delay it and consider further in January.
okay,
So,
it's barely a week.
yeah,
Does the bank feel that they're gonna be able to close by the end of the year?
See, yes, we could, because we would be assigning the mortgage that we have from one entity to the other.
yours is
It's
easier.
already in place, ours is
Yeah.
a simple deal.
Okay,
yeah.
well, that was kind of the part of the timeline I was curious
But
about.
the agencies, none of them, it's not simple for them.
There's no way it would close before the end of the year.
Right,
Not with
And it
the
would be-
trainings and.
It would be an entire transaction. I think
Still
everybody would
waiting
be
on-
at the same table and it would all close at the same time.
Right.
There's no sense, you don't buy it first and then let the others come in after.
Yeah.
You can't do
that's
that.
what I wonder, okay. So it's a fairly complex deal, it would require everybody's participation.
All the agencies, all the attorneys involved.
That's a big room, glad you have a new office.
You can bring card tables and, fold up chairs into three.
I'm sorry.
Change the resolution or not?
you know, just as what we've always talked about, that, for the public's knowledge of, this is public money we're talking about, and we're handling public money, and we're trying to be the best stewards we can with that public money. And that's why, you can explain that to Mr. Scozzavata, that we need to make sure that the public knows that we're taking care of
Yeah.
them.
So for clarification for the minutes, we're recommending it for consideration by the board with the intent to get additional collateral for the loan, be it personal property or whatever else we need for our limited businesses.
Someone want to make that motion that we send it to the board with that recommendation?
I make a motion.
Second,
You're gonna abstain?
Yes.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye?
I,
And one abstain? Goes to the board. Unfortunately, I will not be here next Thursday. No, fortunately, because I'm
Fortunately for you, unfortunately for us.
gonna be in sunny Florida with my grandkids. And my daughter and son-in-law too. but
Sure.
the grandkids.
He'll be there.
Give us the grandkids always first.
Maybe how your kids take the back seat.
One other thing, we got a call yesterday afternoon from Jeff Garland. We did approve the loan for Marzano Paving. He was one of the partners. And our committee letters requiring Keyman Life Insurance for the two of them. They're basically 50 each, splitting the value of the loan. He called, he's concerned the seller getting a little antsy about time. They want to try to close by the 15th. But he's talked to two insurance companies, and it's going to take a while for them to get that Keyman Life Insurance in place. Could be a couple of weeks, could be 2 months.
Yeah, because they have to come out and they have to do blood work and you guys know.
All the other stuff. So I wanted to ask the board if, in this case, at least it's an established business, if we'd be willing to waive that Keyman Life Insurance requirement. That comes down to paving.
Are we talking about waiving it to close and expecting it'll be put in place afterwards, or no?
We could do that.
We did that with Errol Flynn on the Sackett Harbor group up, and we never got the insurance.
Well, my question is just is there a way we can enforce that?
Yeah, I guess that's my question.
We thought we could with
He
Errol.
said he was willing to do it,
Right.
completely willing. They
His
were
concern
willing to do
was
it. It was just
getting
gonna
time
take time and
To close the deal.
they've already taken pre-possession rental of the property. And so they're like really hoping to close, so.
How old are these guys?
Well, they're in the 50s.
$50,000, is that what we're asking for?
60
60?
apiece.
Oh, right, it was 120.
Holy cow, I mean,
But they still will require, insurance companies he talked with both his insurance company and Patrick Marzano's insurance company, and they were both saying, well, it's gonna take a little bit of time, and we've already been, since October on these loans, trying to, with the attorneys and going back and forth and trying to get things done. So
Do we have an application yet?
But we've already,
we've already
No,
approved.
life insurance application. Do we have any proof that that process has begun?
I do not have that, no. I think that's the last step for closure, but I don't know.
Do they have existing life insurance, do we know? That
I
we
don't
can
know that.
attach to,
Hope they would.
probably couldn't do that.
We can take
Can we-
assignment of a life insurance policy.
Can you?
And then return it,
Oh, and then when they get the Keyman Life Insurance, they can then
They could
transfer.
substitute.
All right, maybe we do that. All right, I mean, we'll see, we need board approval to do that waiving anyway, so
Right.
all right, so that's good, so we can work with them in that meantime. See if that's-
See if they do have life insurance in place right now, you can take an assignment of that policy.
All right.
You don't become a beneficiary, you just take an assignment of the policy.
How does that work then? You know,
It just means that in the event of a death, that would pay off whatever the loan balance is. And then the remainder would go to whomever the
oh, right,
beneficiary is.
beneficiary gets the whole thing, got it, yeah.
will
That's
the
good.
insurance company require board approval or something from us? No? I don't know how any of that works.
There's an assignment form, we do them all the time. There's an assignment of life insurance form.
That's good.
Not doing it.
We'll talk to them about
Would
that.
I mean, going forward on some of these loans, I mean, like that, wouldn't that be almost an easier way that we could say, hey, either you go get Keyman or give us an assignment on,
Yeah.
you know,
Whenever they have
Existing.
life insurance already.
yeah. I mean, it makes it easier on the,
Well, if you want to do that, it's cheaper too. I mean,
Yeah.
With Keyman Life Insurance. That's it.
yeah, especially if they get the original
Right.
life insurance when they're 20 years old or something, you
But
know.
we're legally protected, so.
Okay.
Justin, do you have any other comments on the assignment of life insurance?
No, not at this time. It's just that when we include those items, typically there's, and Dave and Marshall can confirm this, it requires a bit of time. It will impact our ability to move quickly because we're somewhat beholden to whatever insurance company's ability to generate assignments and do that, right?
Yeah, and I think that's the sticking point that's keeping them from closing to the.
Okay, anything else for the loan review? Motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
We stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Recording
First, just like-
Good discussion. Thank you.
Congratulations.